What?
Good afternoon, Sengupta sir. There is some problem in your internet, sir.
Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Pragya. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, but there is little water-like noise coming from your system. I guess that is due to some internet glitch.
Yeah, there is some problem. We were not having the signal. Is very poor. Some problem here. Hmm. But otherwise, I will shift to then mobile if it is better.
Okay.
You can tell me. Uh, is it the voice is not coming properly? No.
Voice is coming properly, sir. It's only that little water-like noise is coming in between.
Okay. Okay.
Otherwise, your voice is clear.
There is a glitch in the line.
Audible, sir?
सर पानी जैसा आवाज आ रहा है. Good afternoon, Mr. Bilgi. Bilgi sir, good afternoon. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, good
Bilgi
afternoon.
sir?
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
wanted to see if your system is okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes,
Good afternoon.
yeah,
Yes,
very much audible.
I am Dr. Pragya Panda, the National Coordinator of the Elephant Cell. And on behalf of the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, I welcome you to this webinar being organized on the eve of Wildlife Week on a very critical and challenging issue that the country faces today, that is human-wildlife conflict. There are hundreds of definitions to human-wildlife conflict, but defined so, in simpler terms, can you just kindly mute your mic? Yes. To continue with, as I was saying, human-wildlife conflict in simpler terms, if I may say so, occurs only when an animal poses a direct and recurring threat to livelihood and safety of people, leading to the persecution of that species. Population explosion, developmental aspirations of the country, and encroachment into the forest lands has escalated human-wildlife conflict, leading to loss of hundreds of human lives and damage to property and crops of worth millions of rupees annually. In turn, the apathy towards wildlife leads to killing of animals in many instances. Similarly, in the state of West Bengal, human-wildlife conflict has become a major socio-economic and political issue, where villages in conflict-prone areas make the forest department accountable for their loss of life and property. Between 2014 to 19, the state there were hundreds highest number of people that were killed by tigers and the second highest by elephants after Odisha. Now, I would like to invite Sri Subhankar Sengupta, the Chief Conservator of Forest of West Bengal, who has defied all challenges and set examples of several ventures of successfully addressing human-elephant conflict, providing protection both to the human lives as well as to wildlife. Sri Sengupta, sir, please.
For giving me the chance to discuss with you all regarding the human-wildlife conflict in West Bengal. As you mentioned, it is really a big challenge. It's a great challenge for the West Bengal Forest Department in tackling the human-wildlife conflict in our state. You know, the state of West Bengal, in terms of forest and its geographical variations, we can divide it into three different distinct regions. The northern West Bengal having the hilly tracts, as well as the Terai region where we have much denser forest. Then we have the western part of the West Bengal bordering the, it's a continuation of the Chotanagpur Plateau and the Sundar mangrove ecosystem. In all these areas, we are having different kind of animals, and which are the number of which are considerable. Again, if you have a look at the population of human beings, West Bengal is having the largest population density. We are having around 1100 plus uh, 1100 plus means per kilometer area in the West Bengal. The major conflicts we are having with the elephant conflict is in the North Bengal, where we have around 500 plus elephants. Then we have in the southern part, western part of West Bengal, there are around 200 elephants, and we have the then problem with the tigers in the Sundarbans. Along with this, the North Bengal forest, we have the problem or conflict with the gaur is also huge in number. We have around 3,500 plus gaurs. Then more than 200 leopards. They are also in constant conflict. So each and every animal are having something or other problem, and the forest department in West Bengal is always having this challenge. As Praga, every year, not only huge loss of life for human beings take place, but the loss of crop is also very high. I can tell you one thing. In the last 4 5 years, the average in the last 5 years, we had almost 500 human beings killed by human animal conflict. Mostly it is from elephant. Again, at the same time, we had a death of about I'll say 30 elephants, unnatural death. Then we have the other problems. So the major act what the state government takes is to control this human wild elephant conflict. For this, we have taken up different measures, including advanced warning systems in the form of issuing SMS to the villages. We have these definitely energized fencings. And one important thing is the department has come up with a special kind of vehicle which has been retrofitted with so many different things, which is always made ready, kept ready and made available to the field staff for driving away the elephants. This vehicle, we have named it as Airawa. Then we have definitely another important aspect of conflict of elephants with railway. It is a very interesting thing. The entire North Bengal from Siliguri to Alipurduar, it is having around 200 kilometers. The rail line passes through the forest. And line, it is more than 100 years old. Originally, it was a meter gauge line. When it was a meter gauge line, there was not much of a problem. But when the line was converted into broad gauge, then the problem started. And within had lost 100 animals, different animals, particularly elephants. Then we have loss of leopard. But the state has done. Hello, am I audible?
So,
What state government has done? State government has there is a regular coordination meeting with the railways. Every 3 months, there is a coordination meeting with the railways, and the railways are having a control room where the forest department officers are seated on a daily basis. And whenever there is a movement of the animals, that is immediately transferred to the control room, and the railway people, they control the movement of the train, the speed, they control the movement of the train, and in that way we could stop the death of animals to a considerable extent. Not only that, regularly the forest department takes classes, have discussion with pilot on a regular basis, so that they know what to do when you face a animal and how to tackle it. Another important thing is retaliatory killing through electrocution. Now we came to in the past few years, we saw that the retaliatory killing through electrocution by putting live electric around the properties of the building was increasing. In order to stop that, the state government has been working with the state electricity regulatory board, and there are 7 such. Initially there were 7, now it has been increased to 12 such committees have been formed in important areas where we have the local administration, general administration, the BDO, the electricity people, the forest department as the members, and they regularly meet and review the situation, and whenever there is any such problem, or people if they go for this unauthorized hooking of electricity or putting the live electric wire around their agriculture field, it is stopped. And another important aspect is the conflict with the leopards. You know, in a North West Bengal situation, the leopards, the most preferred habitat for the leopard is the tea garden. What they do, the tea gardens they stay inside these irrigation canals, and they give birth to these leopards. Female leopards give birth to inside these canals, and they come out from there in search of easy prey. And whenever the tea garden people, they go there for plucking of the leaves, they attack them. That has also been considerably reduced by tackling, by giving awareness program among the tea garden people, as well as taking some very simple measures like using noise in that area, or bursting of crackers, so that the leopard is also not harmed. It leaves the area, and people can also coexist. They can pluck the leaves and do everything. If I again discuss about the problem faced due to gourd, straying of gourd. Usually gourd does not come out of the forest, but sometimes it is found that why it is coming out, we also do not know. It is yet to be ascertained, because there is plenty of food, there is no problem inside, but maybe along with some domestic cattle, or during a full moon night, somehow the gourds come out of the forest, and they come and take refuge in the along with the domestic cattle. They found the human beings, they charge. What we do in such cases, we have our teams ready with the chemical immobilization equipments. We have been very successful in tranquilizing and immobilizing the animals and then carrying it and releasing inside the forest. So these are basic things what we are doing on North Bengal situation. As I told, there is another aspect of human wildlife conflict in the South Bengal situation. In the southwestern part of West Bengal, which is some districts like Bankura, Medinipur, Purulia, which are adjoining to Bihar, Jharkhand, and Orissa. There, what happens? These elephant herds, they are coming from Dalma and entering the West Bengal. They have a movement pattern, and initially about 40 years back there was no elephant in this area, but gradually since 1980 82 the elephants started coming and the numbers started increasing. Initially they used to stay there for 2 to 3 months, then go back again, but gradually the number of elephants as they started increasing and they got good food and shelter in West Bengal area, they started staying back. And right now, out of around 150, 170 elephants, 100 plus elephants, they stay back around the year. Here also we are having the same problem because there are lots of agriculture crop all around. So what we do again in certain areas, we are putting barriers in the form of energized fencing. Then in the we are using this vehicle, as I told you, this Airavat, and has also proven to be a very important tool to control the human injury and human death. Finally, if I come back to the third and typical part, that is Sundarbans and tiger problem. Tigers, you know, Sundarban tiger is the area. Sundarban is the unique mangrove ecosystem where you find the tigers, and it is said that all the tigers of Sundarban are man-eater, though it is not true. But there is a belief that all the tigers of Sundarbans are man-eaters. Actually, what happens in Sundarbans, people enter inside the forest. These local villagers, they go for particularly catching the fish, catching the crabs, and harvesting the honey. And whenever every day there are high tide and low tide, and during high tide they enter, and if during low tide they are stuck, or the tiger can attack them at any time. There was also another time when tigers used to come out of the forest and enter inside the villages. Somehow, about 10, again, this process started about 10-15 years back, when it was found that if is erected on the boundary, it can control the movement of the tigers. The barrier, it's a very simple thing, nothing but only a nylon net. Nylon net fencing was put on the bamboo. You put nylon net, stretch the nylon net along the boundary of the village. It does not have much strength, it does not have anything. But it has proven to be a very good mental barrier for the tigers. And what is over there, the tiger does not cross over. It does not even try to break that net or come over to the forest, to the village. So this is also another very interesting aspect through which we could control this human tiger conflict. There are certain other issues also, particularly in North Bengal forest area, where we have the problem of wild boar. Wild pigs, huge in number, their population always increases, and they come out and to the agriculture fields. It's a problem in the hilly areas, in the Darjeeling Hills, Kalimpong Hills, where the problem of wild boar is a major problem. So, in a nutshell, we can say the three distinct geographic regions of West Bengal, of the state of West Bengal, has got a typical problem in each region, out of which it is the common in two areas, in the North Bengal and South Bengal areas. We have the major problem of tiger in Sundarbans, and to some extent a problem of leopard in the North Bengal situation. It increases because of the huge population what we have in our state. Bengal is trying their best, and you can see it's able to reduce the retaliatory killing or accident, railway accident, anything. We have been successful in reducing the number of deaths. Again, we have been successful in reducing the number of deaths of human beings and number of injury also over a period of time by adopting several measures what I have discussed. So I must say we are having a peaceful coexistence, and we must continue to have this peaceful coexistence where the forest should increase, the number of animals should increase, and we, the human beings, should go towards back foot in giving them, the forest and the wild animals, their right to live and their right to increase. I think with this I can stop here. Any discussion or anything, I would glad to participate and reply.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for elucidating on the three kind of conflicts, which are elephants, leopard, and tigers in the three distinct geographic regions of West Bengal. It is also striking to know that in spite of having only 2.5% of the elephant population in the country, the state also accounts for the highest number of loss of human lives, that is 18% of the total death of human beings across the country. But it is also heartening to know that in spite of such intense challenges, which can be extremely taxing on the forest department, both in terms of logistic as well as financially, the state is taking various types of strategies to counter the conflict and moving towards a peaceful human-wildlife coexistence. Thank you very much for your presentation, sir. Moving on, I'd like to say that a deadly conflict is underway between India's growing masses and its wildlife. In Tamil Nadu alone, human-wildlife conflict has claimed more than 300 human lives and more than 200 deaths of 200 elephants and tigers. This, of course, excludes the hundreds of other animals, including leopards, monkeys, nilgais, wild boar, that are trapped into the conflict. But in the midst of this challenge comes a ray of hope when dynamic officers like Sri Deepak Bilgi, who have brought new innovative methods like the installation of the hanging fences to prevent the conflict at hand. I now invite upon Sri Deepak Bilgi, the Conservator of Forest of Madurai Circle of Tamil Nadu Forest Department, to kindly present his presentation. So please.
Good afternoon to all, and first of all, I'd like to thank this opportunity. So this
So
is
if you could be a little louder, please, sir.
yeah. Is it audible now?
Hello?
Audible,
Yes, sir.
madam? Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
So I was just telling that I'm very happy to be here, part of this webinar, and thankful to FCCC for giving me this opportunity for presenting on the some of the measures which has been taken in Hosur Forest Division in Tamil Nadu. So I would be just sharing some of the experiences of the change patterns and behaviors the elephants have been showing. And lastly, my focus would be on elephant conflict in this particular tract of Tamil Nadu, the northern part of Tamil Nadu, adjoining state of Karnataka. So is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So as I said, I would be largely speaking about the elephant population, and it is said that around 150,000 elephants are there in wild India, and
Sir, just a minute, sir.
50% of
Sengupta,
which
sir, if
is
you could kindly mute your mic. Sengupta, sir, if you could kindly mute your mic.
yeah. Thank you. So more than 50% of those wild elephants are present in India, and more so to this fact is the South Indian states which are housing again 50% of the Indian population of elephants. And as I said, these changing patterns and changing trends, we have been seeing continuous population growth, and this growth it is said to be in such a pace that India would be leading in most populous countries in the world, and which is going to have a bearing on our elephant conservation. Similarly, the southern states like state of Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala, all put together are again most developing states in terms of population as well as in terms of urbanization, and these three states are one of the largest elephant bearing states, and which in turn will have a bearing on elephant conservation. So as I said, we have reached a state in food production where we have reached a plateau, and we are trying to expand our food production with intensive form of agriculture. And all these has led to the greater pace of urbanization, and the state of Tamil Nadu is the most urbanized state with 48% of population living in urban areas. And this thereby, with the growth of urbanization, we have larger
and cross over the fence. Trial and error. It was found that the simplest solution was to fix wood to prevent the wire ropes from being pressed down. Somewhere in giant fence was designed as a supplementary deterrent layer. It's now evolved from a safeguarding livelihoods of poor farmers, but necessary to the elephant deaths can be prevented by keeping elephants within the forests and out of the agricultural fields. Native elephant crucifixion stands out as a promising tool for human-elephant conflict under control. The state of Tamil Nadu.
Yeah, that was the one. So the advantages of that, well told in the video, but to highlight that we have been erecting this particular fence at a cost of around 40 to 45 lakhs per kilometer, and it's been found to be very cost effective when we compared most of the fences in Kerala and Tamil Nadu, where they have tried with the rail barriers, which used to cost very expensive. And being constrained in terms of funding, we thought we need to develop a cost-effective fence. And the advantage of this particular fence is it can be erected in all kinds of terrain, as you saw in the video, and it could be exactly erected as per your boundary description of the forest, where it can go exactly all along the boundary of your forest without having to lose any inch of land, which we used to do while digging elephant-proof trenches, searching for softer grounds. And most of the disadvantages of the conventional fence, this particular fence could come out, was able to come out of that. And it really, this was small study which we did in Hosu, that is the Javalgiri range we implemented, and we noticed more than 50% of reduction in crops in that particular range. And in turn, this this fence is there for almost 3 years now, and we have noticed a reduction of more than 50% of crop reduction in that particular range. And in total, in Hoso division as well, we have been a downtrend in crop reduction. So, but however, and because of this implementation of this particular fence, we have seen farmers again cultivating their barren lands. Most of these lands have got they have got appreciation in their land value, and people are back into cultivation these forests along the forest ranges. And this is our mitigation plan, the barrier erection plan, where we need to only cordon off the northern frontier of the Kaveri Wildlife Sanctuary, enabling the elephants' movement towards the south and southwestern part of the Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, enabling them to in turn connect themselves with the larger elephant reserves of Western Ghats, as well as the Western Ghat Eastern Ghat complex. So this, I thank the OFCCC, and special thanks to Rakesh Jagania sir, DIG Wildlife, for having given me this opportunity. Thank you so much for patiently listening.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for highlighting that apart from the population explosion and change in agricultural pattern, that the change in elephant behavior is also one of the important factors in the escalation of human-elephant conflict. And as elephants are long-ranging animals, the connectivity to larger landscape is indeed one of the significant solutions for human-elephant conflict. But as we all know that human-elephant conflict, elephants are very, very intelligent animals, and there is no tailor-made solution for addressing human-elephant conflict. And but the installation of the hanging fences indeed a welcome step, as well as a cost-effective step to counter the issue. Thank you very much for your elaborative presentation, as well as the videos, which were very, actually it showed the example of how effectively that human elephant can be managed on field. Thank you very much. Now, moving on to the northwestern landscape, to the arid land of Gujarat, which is neither a tiger nor an elephant range state, but nevertheless conflict with lion, leopard, bear, crocodile predominates. With loss of human lives, with large number of people living around the protected areas, the livestock with them present there, there is lo lot of intimate contact with people as well as wild animals, leading to injury, death of human lives. There is livestock predation, crop damage. To highlight more on the scenario of human-wildlife conflict in the state of Gujarat, I invite upon Sri Mohan Ram, the DCF of GIR from the Gujarat Forest Department, to present on the strategies adopted by the Gujarat Forest Department to counter the challenge. Sir, Mohan Ram, sir, please.
Yes, please. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, I thank you these organizers for giving me an opportunity to present about how we are doing wildlife conservations and the coexistence is happening in this Gujarat state and specifically in the Saurashtra landscape. And first of all, then I would like to welcome you virtually in the land of the lions, the Asiatic lions from the Saurashtra region of the Gujarat state. So I'll be presenting some different scenario that how the people and the wildlife is coexisting in the state of Gujarat, and and specifically about this coexistence happening in this Asiatic lion landscape. I'll say representation about this landscapes. Just a moment, please. Is the presentation is visible to all?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yeah. So if we look about this landscape, we have this in the big cats, the Asiatic lions, then leopards, then in the reptiles also we have this crocodiles and lot of wildlife about it. But I'll not just restrict myself specifically to this landscape. Also, I'll be presenting some good examples from the Gujarat state that how we are taking people on board and creating an environment of coexistence for the wildlife conservation and for the benefit of the people also. So that is the thing which I want to present specifically, that how it is happening in this landscape. So in the first, if we talk about the Gujarat state, it's a very unique, this state has very unique climatic conditions and geomorphological conditions, which bestowed the state about the diversity of flora and fauna. And in that context, we have 4 national park, 23 sanctuaries, and 1 conservation reserve also. And if you talk about this entire state's this thing, I'll just take a pointer. The state, we have 11.04% of its geographical area is declared as a forest area, and very unique species of Asiatic lions that is found only in the Gujarat state and in the Indian wilderness also, that in the little run of Kutch also. Just to take about the, we have other species just like birds, a very good, this is falls in the migratory route of the migratory species. And we have a native species also, which is many are particular about this landscape also. So for the conservation, we have done multiple activities with the support of the peoples and the comments, and which helped us to conserve the species and created an environment of coexistence in the state of Gujarat and particularly in the Saurashtra landscape. And these activities I'm going to present in the coming slides also. If we talk about this gear landscape and biodiversity, what is the level of biodiversity? What is the level of coexistences? You can see these are the floral biodiversity which we have, and in the faunal biodiversity, you can see in that one. Even in the crocodiles, we have more than 1,000 crocodiles, one of the highest density of crocodiles. If we look about any protected areas also, and look at the herbivores and leopards, the lions, and other species in the landscape also. And if we talk about only this gear protected area, we have the 46 Maltarineses, 14 settlement villages also. And in the Asiatic lion landscape, which is encompasses around 30,000 square kilometers, more than 1,500 villages. And on the fringe of the gear, there are villages of more than 350 villages. So that a lot of human are also living in the areas where the wildlife presence is very high. So how we have created an environment and how we are taking the people on board so that there will be a situation which will benefit for both the wildlife as well as the humans. And now just I'll take how the lions expanding their territory. Other wildlife under the umbrella of the flagship species is expanding their territories in this entire landscape. This is the map of only the Saurashtra regions. You can see, and this is the map of the Asiatic lions. So in the year 1990, the lion population was only 284 individuals, which was in 6,600 square kilometer area. These white dots, what you are seeing on the map, that is the presence of the animals, the lions in this particular area. And this green and this lemon color is the Gir National Park and Wildlife, Gir Protected Area, what we call. This is Girnar Wildlife Sanctuary. So in that time, a lion population was restricted almost to 2 districts. Now, what has been changed in 2020? Just we will have a look about that in next slide. Look at that one. In year 2020, the lion population has grown to 674 individuals. The area expansion happened to be 30,000 square kilometers. Look at that one. So and the population expanded to up to the 9 districts. You can say out of 9, even this 5 districts, we have resident population of Asiatic lions. It's not about the Asiatic lions also. We have a very good population of leopards, crocodiles, and other birds also. So we are taking care of from butterfly to the beast in the entire landscape. For that also, we need to take the people on board just to aware about that they look, that this biodiversity which we are having, that natural heritage, natural things, that is also equally important. We need to conserve the species. And we are very fortunate that in this entire landscape, people are very supportive and their cultural values are such, they are automatically also turn towards the conservations. In the next, why the conflict is happening and how we can go for the coexistences. Conflict, everybody knows about that one, that the population growth of the wild animals also, even other species, the human beings is increasing. What it is leading, there is a shortage of the shelter, food, and space, specifically for the wildlife also. So that is a conflicting point, which is resulting into the that human wildlife conflict. But how we can avoid that we need to take the people on board. How we are going to take the people on board, how we have created that environment, that I'll show you in some of the coming slides. But we should look at this picture. We should learn. This is a just representational image. We should learn to give space to other species and create an environment of coexistence so that people and the wildlife can coexistence in a particular area up to a certain level. So I'll be presenting the slides in this way that initially this is an outline of the slides which I'm going to present about this entire landscapes especially. So first I'll talk about the nature education activities which we are taking in the Gujarat state. It's not the overnight we have started in this entire state or in this particular landscape, but it was started way back in 1979. And Gujarat is one of the pioneer state which started the nature education. We thought earlier that these problems may occur in the future. So we need to educate, especially the young generations, that look, this is the wildlife. These are the peoples, and we need to conserve. And you need to be on board with us so that in the future we can coexist. We can say that we have conserved our natural heritage, and in the coming generations also we can hand over to them also that look at that what we have preserved, what we have conserved. This is for you also. So for that particular activities, we do the nature education camp, and this is 3 days activities, and this is totally funded by the forest department, and 30 to 50 participants come here also in that particular nature education campsite, and there will be no classroom lectures. We will be taking the students, then the participants in the natural environment. We will show them this is the natural environment. Whatever coming in their minds, we will just answer that questions. And whatever the creativity they want to do, they can do. So they have to learn in the lab of the nature. And we conduct the nature trails, exposures, And our idea about that one, we conduct our training camps for the trainers also. It's not that just we will invite anyone and they can come and they will train the students also about that one. No, we will train first we will train the teachers or the resource person who is coming in the nature education camp, and they will train the students. And in that we have the variety of the trainers also. And our idea is that if we train a person, and that will act as Eki Hazara. It's a Gujarati thing. So each one like 1,000. That means that fellow may train up to the 1,000 people. And that is our idea, that we want to take the people on board. And you can see from this graph also, in the last from 2001 to 2017, we have conducted around 1,000 camps annually. More than 50,000 students participated for that one. So this is in the future, we will have the people who will be aware about this wildlife conservations. And it is one of the most popular activity in the state of Gujarat. You can see some of the images. I'll not just go about it, but we present from the tracker's perspective, from the guide perspective, from the guide female perspectives, from the public's perspective, from the field staff perspective, and from the teacher's perspective, and they do the creativity. In the evening, they say just share the knowledge. So that is the activity, and they live in the tents. So that is activity which is one of the most popular activity in the state of Gujarat. Next is World Lion Day celebration. This is first time we started in the year of 2016. So before that, we were not doing this activity, but we thought that we need to take the people on board, and we need to create some environment, and we need to have an event by which people can connect with us and the wildlife also. So we wanted to strengthen the social fabric of coexistence in the landscape. That was our idea at that time. And I can say about it, we are very successful, we are very much successful in this creating the environment. And for that, we got recognized from the World Book of Records, London, UK in 2019, that maximum people of participation for the cause of conservation, for the cause of conservation of a single species at multiple sites. You can see this is the flow diagrams. For organizing this event, it takes around more than 1 month for my division or for the Gujarat Forest Department to organize event. But the impact is very unique and long lasting also. And for this one, we got the support from the education department, for all the line departments, and they have really participated and cooperated very well. And very good support from the NGOs, from all the stakeholders whosoever is in this entire landscapes. So the people will come assemble in the institution compound. They will wear the face mask like this one. I'll show you some of the images. It is one of the most popular event also. Then they will arrange a rally, and they will go for a rally. And after completion of the rally, there will be a documentary film screening. The kit is supplied by this department, that which will contain the pamphlets, the mask, and the banners, and the DVD or pen drive, which will contain the film also. And all the whatever the expenditure is done in that one, that is borne by the department only. Then there will be a speech from the students and the teachers or the participants or whosoever is there. They can speak something about that one, and then they take a place for the part conservation of the lions. And after that, you can see this graph. It's very interesting. In 2016, when we started first time, the participation was 5.05 lakh. Yes, 5.05 lakh. I repeat it. And in the 2019, the participation was 11.37 lakh, which we got this World Book of Records London record. So that was the event which we have that much of people informed about the wildlife, aware about the wildlife, and they have something in their mind. So in the future, they will be also citizens who will speak about the wildlife. More than that, in 2019, COVID-19 pandemic has happened. So we thought that why not to create virtual platforms to interact with the people on the World Lion Day. So in that context, we started in virtual also. And in 2020 only, more than 70 lakh participants and impressions has happened on the different media platforms, including social media or whatever it is there. Because in the era of technology, we should tap the potential of technology for the cause of conservation of wildlife and to create the awareness among the public for the wildlife conservation. And in 2021, more than 76 lakh impressions and participants has happened. So that is the event. Just have a look about event. You can see this was a what the this we have supplied this mask also. So they have created the masks logo by the human chains. You just see that one, and this image is captured by a student. And they said us, we didn't told them to create do anything, any creativity or whatever they want to, but they are much creativity and they are much advanced what we thought before that one. You can see there is a chain of more than 7,000 people participated at single locations, and what they have done, they wanted to go in the lion's habitat, and they wanted to have a photograph in that one. You can see even teacher is also participating on the back of that one. So that is the impressions these are. Even in the safaris also right now, the students are coming with the mask and they are going for the safari, and that is the impression is lasting long in their minds, and this they will speak in the future also for the conservation of the species. You can see the rally also, and they celebrated like festivals. Now it has become like that one. Even if we say that we don't want to do this event, the people are saying that yes, we need this event, you need to do, and we will take you on board. So that's how the people are speaking for the conservation of the species. It's really interesting. You can see if the footprint is coming on the palm of the people and there is something in their mind, they will speak in the future and they will try to conserve the species also. These are some of the images of the various activities we have done. Can you see map in this one? It's very interesting. More than 5,300 300 institutions as participants. Single green dot is the participating institutions. It's not the number of the individuals, it's the number of the institution. Institution means a single school is an institution for us. So that is the level which we have done the mass awareness activity for just to maintain the social fabric of coexistence in this landscape. Now I'll say how we thought then why not to take the local people with us who are especially residing on the fringe of the Gir landscape. So we wanted to strengthen that thread also. So this Gir Samvad Setu, this is just nothing but just to discuss if any problem is there. Our staff and go in the villages, they will interact with the local people, and whatever the small issues, there will be a small issues at the local level, settle on the spots also, if that is possible. If not possible, then they will give a time limit that we will be resolving these issues in these many days, or this can be done like this one. And this initially we started in 2019, and we were very much successful, and in 103 villages more than 4,000 people participated, or different even EDC members, local villagers, sarpanch, panchayats members, and teachers, NGOs, and whosoever want to become a participant. And this event become very famous also, and lot of issues got settled on the local level, whatever smalls, and this built a confidence in the villagers, and they exchange the contact numbers also if they have any problems. So it is a win-win situation for the villagers and the forest department, and for we helping us in the conservation of the species. Next, Maldhari Gir. This is one of the best example of coexistence and conservations by the communities. They are helping in the conservations also. We have Maldhari, the red dots you can see in this one, they are the message. Message means a temporary human settlement having 1 to 10 village, 1 to 10 houses in that particular area. So this Gir National Park is free from the human habitations, and outside they have this one. So this much of the numbers of that. They are mainly graziers. So, and we have the benefit of that having in this particular landscapes. They just given examples how to live with the big cats, and in the initial stage also they were living in this landscape. They are peacefully coexisting in this landscapes, and in the entire landscape also, this is one of the best example of coexistence for the not in the Gir landscape, even in India also. So next is Vanya Prani Mitars, friends of the wildlife. This we thought why not to involve the local person from a single village, one individuals, especially on the periphery and in the Asiatic landscapes, just to increase our presence and create an space for the coexistence. So we thought we selected some of the peoples from the villages and trained them, and we got a very good results. now we want to upgrade this scheme also, and we have put this in the even in our project line also, that this scheme also Vanyapranhi Mitras. So maybe other states also having some such kind of schemes also. But we got it's not about the Vanyapranhi Mitras. We got some remuneration of around 2,000 per month to them, just to help us enlist the people support. And if there is any rescue or any need for the wildlife, and they act as a ambassadors for us in the villages, and fill the gap between the forest department and the communities. So 186 such Vanyapranhi Mitras are employed on especially on the periphery of the gears, and we are thinking to increase about that one. We are training them, and after that we are putting them in the villages, and they help. And they are from the local people from the local village, and helping us for the conservation of the species. Next, building confidence through efficient rescuers. Gir is one of the best example of doing the rescue and rehabilitation works in India. If you say, you can see this is our ambulance. Recently, we have introduced the ambulance for the lions. So such 4 ambulances are working on our lion hospitals or in the rescue centers. For that, we have a very good rescue facilities. And in the rescue also, we want to respond very timely and reach to the spot on time. So for that, we have a hotline also. People can call, and our team will just depart, and it is always on standby mode. So for that we have trained our team how to speak, how to do the rescue works, how to handle the crowds, and how the wildlife veterinary officer, and what is the job of the team in the field, who will do what on the particular spot. So that creates a confidence in the people that yes, if we are going to call the forest department, they will come and reach on the spot, and they will do the rescue operations. So it reduces the conflict, and it creates an environment for the coexistence. And we have the strong interdepartmental coordinations, that from the police department, from the electricity department, for all the line departments. I'm not taking the name of the single department. All the departments are helping for the conservation of the species. So this builds the confidence in the people that yes, someone is working, and they are for the forest, they are for the conservation, they are for the saving the life also, and saving the wildlife also. Next is help for the conservation and coexistence. It's very interesting. Earlier, what was the problem? Problem was that a lot of wildlife fall in the open wells, which is created in the agriculture field for the irrigation purpose or some other purpose also. So what happened in the night, or especially in the summers, wildlife fall in the open wells, and they die, and a lot of incidences has happened. So we thought, why not to help the farmers to secure the open wells? So it will be a win-win situation for us, us, and for the humans, and for the wildlife also. So we started securing the open wells, and till now we have secured more than 43,000 open wells in the landscapes, and people are very happy. Farmers, especially the farmers, you can say that it is a goodwill gesture activity from the forest department towards the conservation and for the coexistence. And we are providing this much of financial help, and it helped a lot. Next for the help for the conservation and coexistence is the machra to safeguard the farmers. What is a machra? Just you can see in the image, this is a machra. That means an elevated watchtower in the farmers field, because farmers, there is a cooperating, or many of the farmers are living in the farm only. So in the farm, in the night especially, there is a problem. So if the leopard movement is there, or lion movement is there, or any other animals, so there will be a conflict, human wildlife conflict. So we thought, why not to sit on a particular raised platform, or if from that particular point they can inspect their farm in the night. So it will a win-win situation for the wildlife and for the farmers also. So we started giving such kind of structures to the farmers. Now we have upgraded to this channeling fencing also, and we are providing solar light come chargers also for mobile or anything, or they can charge the torch also. And it is giving a very good benefit. First, we started giving on the periphery, and then on in the entire aesthetic landscapes. And entirely the fund is borne by us. Now it is borne by the forest department. Only farmers has to do the foundation works. So that is the scheme which is really impacting this entire landscape and helping for the coexistence of the wildlife, human wildlife in this entire landscape. Now, that we thought, why not to take the women's on board for the awareness creations and for the creation of an environment for the coexistence. So we trained women as a eco guide. This first time in the Gujarat state, and that 30 women eco guides we have taken for just to go with the people and aware about them. And interestingly, now they are such trend. They are going to the farmers field also. They are helping us also. They are helping us in the nature education camp also. They are helping in the other seminars, whatever we are conducting for the farmers also. They are coming, they are interacting, and it is giving much impact than what earlier we had. So we initially they were very much reluctant not to come out of their home also, but we told them we will take and you will be really a person who can act as an ambassador from the forest department also, and you will have some livelihood opportunities. So for the they are going for the safari, and for the safari they are earning around 400 rupees in 3 hours. So that is activity. After that they can do their work also, and after that they can come in the lectures also. We will provide some remuneration whatever is there. So that is the activity, and not that one. We have the cafeteria and we have providing other activities also. So women can come forward, and they should act as an ambassador for the forest department and for the wildlife, just to create an environment for the coexistence. Next, volunteers. Yes, it's very interesting thing. We should have a line behind us who can help us in for the conservation, because it's really difficult to reach each and every corner of this Gujarat state or in the Saurashtra landscape, even in India also. For that, we need to have a very good strength of volunteers who can create an space for the coexistence. That means they can help in the rescue works, they can control the mob, they can help in the spreading the awareness about the beneficiary oriented schemes also. And we are lucky to have many volunteers in the entire states. They are providing free services. If we say them you can charge about it, they are not. Even such wonderful peoples we have in the state of Gujarat, and they are involved in the population estimation exercises and the water bird census, vultures, leopards, wildlife, whatever you can think about that one, they are involved. So what is happening? They are also filling on board, and they are training their kids also, their childrens also. Look, this is the environment, and this is the culture of the Gujarat state. This is the what we have need to do, and how we are going to coexist with wildlife. Many a time when we go to the field and interact with the people also, they are really happy that volunteers have returned to their home, volunteers have returned to their farm, and they have aware about that one, how you need to react whenever you see a wildlife in your area. So that's a really good environment in this particular landscape. Next is ecotourism for awareness and coexistence. So if we are providing some livelihood opportunity for the peoples, then we can ask the peoples that, look, these are the wildlife, and this is the natural wealth we are having, natural heritage we are having. We need to conserve, and this is creating a livelihood opportunity for the many peoples. In this entire Gir landscape, we are providing the livelihood opportunity to the local peoples, and they are getting the environmental benefits also. That means ecosystem services and lot of hospitality industries, lot of industries, that means which are related to wildlife ecotourism, are directly or indirectly related to this one. So that is helping us for the creation of the coexistence in this entire landscape. Next is change in perception. It's very interesting that we need to change the people's perception that about the wildlife and the coexistence many a times, but it's really difficult to do it. It takes a lot of time. But we have a tradition in the Gujarat state that we take the people on board and tell them, look, if we look that you have to come with us and we will be with you. And if we think that one program is not working fine or we need to change over the period, we change the programs. So this is one of the change of that we have recently introduced in the Gujarat state, that change in the perception in for the coexistence. This is specifically for the birds. It's not about we are taking care of the only lions also. That is our flagship species, topmost priority. We are taking care of birds also. So in the first time in the Gujarat, we started in this uh, festivals, that Uttarayan, Makar Sankranti, lot of, it's a kite flying festival, especially in the Gujarat, and it is celebrated like a festival. Lot of birds were getting injured in that one. So we requested people to that no, what is the timings, that time you should not fly a kite, and people were very reluctant towards to that thing also. And we thought, why not to bring other departments with us so that we can do some awareness activity. So from the veterinary department, more than 5,000 doctors participate, volunteers more than 600, forest staff, NGOs, rescue teams, animal ambulances from the veterinary department also. So they will also be aware whenever you need them, they can be on board with you. So this is again a change of perception in the mind of the people, so that they will be aware about it, and they will be with you for the coexistence of the species. It's not about the big carnivores or the species which are creating the conflict. It's about an environment, total ecosystem which we need to take care, from the birds, from the butterflies to the beast. Next is it's a very interesting story again. That is daughter's story. It's one of the best example of conservation from the Gujarat, again from the Gujarat state, and I'm projecting from the Gujarat state, of course, from the Gujarat. So whale shark conservation and coexistence. Initially, what happened? The whale sharks returned to this particular area in the coastal area of the Gir landscape, and they come especially to return here in this rearing of this young ones. So they get entangled in the fishing net of the uh, uh, fishermen community. And for them, the net is more important at that time than this whale sharks. So many of the whales are getting killed that time. So we thought, why not to involve the communities for the conservations, and why not to explore other linkages which can help us for the conservation of the species. In that one, especially we targeted the target group was the Kharwa and Koli community, which are fishing communities, especially in the coastal area of the Gujarat state. We explored a religious link also. In the religious link, the religious leader asked them to just appeal them to that the whales are returned to the Gujarat coast as a daughter, Vijay, to her parental home for delivering the young ones. And you will not believe this act as like anything. And his religious sentiments and religious appeal evoke the right sentiments among the fishermen community. That saved the whales. And we, of course, we are providing some financial helps to the people also, that for the cutting of the net and releasing the whales. So you can see some of the images also. And till now we have rescued more than 412 whale sharks. So that is an amazing example from the state of Gujarat. Next, when we think about anything, we should think about the human dimensions in wildlife, human wildlife coexistence. It's very interesting. First, we need to get the good support of the people. Nowadays, conserving the wildlife is really a difficult task. For that, if the people are on board, it becomes an easy task. Then we need to develop sense of belongingness. It's not my tiger or my leopard or my lion or my crocodile or my wildlife. It's by the people, for the people, and it's the wildlife of the India. And in the entire world, we take pride in it. So we need to develop a sense of belongingness. And we need to tell the people that what is the benefit of the wildlife which you are getting. Yes, maybe some negative also, but positive things, many are the positive things which we should tell the people. Yes, these are the benefits. And the last thing is that we need to link wildlife and conservation and coexistence with the economic benefits. That means trade, with relationship with trade and society. What the people are going to get from that one also. That is also we need to tell the people. Next is the human wildlife conflict and coexistence, how it can happen way forward. This is just an idea that we need to recognize the problem and we need to work accordingly. It's not that what we are doing here can be implemented in the entire country. So you need to plan very specifically, site specific planning. That means micro planning you need to get as per the existing conditions and implement accordingly. Then sensitize and aware the people about wildlife and its presence. What is the value of why people want to, why people should conserve the wildlife, that we need to tell the peoples. Okay, yes, we have some peoples who know about it, but we need to increase our strength. We need to increase our constituency of wildlife conservations. Then what is the extent of payment? Up to what the values of the society, up to what level it can tolerate. It's not that they can tolerate up to the extreme levels also, but we should know what is the level. Up to that level, it can be coexisted, that one. And we need to know about the perception of the community for the conservation, what is the conservation values of the society, what they have inherited from their forefathers, and how we can maintain that social fabric of coexistence that we need to take care. So with this one, I would like to conclude that if we are taking such initiative, yes, they are going to help in the human wildlife coexistence and the conservation of the species also in the under the umbrella of the flagship species. These are the some of the examples which I wanted to share with you from the state of Gujarat, and I would like to thank you one and all who were participated in that one and this one. So from my side, the presentation is over.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for re-emphasizing that community participation is definitely the best approach towards striving towards human and animal coexistence. Now, if I would like to open the discussion to all the participants, if there are any questions for our speakers. Any questions? If there are no questions, we will wind up this session. We had 3 scenarios from 3 distinct biogeographical regions of the country, touching upon the eastern central landscape from the state of West Bengal, the southern region from the state of Tamil Nadu, and from the western region, we had the presentation from the state of Gujarat. However, in all the landscape, the underlying causes of the human-elephant conflict are more or less the same, which was encroachment into the forest land, change in agricultural pattern, livestock living around the protected areas. However, the strategies adopted to counter human-wildlife conflict has been varied, and what definitely stands out is that human-animal coexistence is possible through community participation. Only when we involve people in saving the wildlife, we can win their confidence and help in mitigating human-wildlife conflict. Stakeholder involvement, even the participation of, beside the civil societies, the participation of schools, colleges, volunteers in the community in wildlife protection is very, very essential. We've got seen the innovative ideas adopted by the state of Tamil Nadu, where the innovative ideas like the hanging fence, and not only matters that you install the innovative ideas, but the trial and error methods that were adapted to see how to further strengthen the innovative ideas is very, very crucial. We also need to do the capacity building of the forest department through better equipment and vehicles like Airavat, which has been adopted by the West Bengal Forest Department. It is also very, very important that we build the confidence of the people through rescue works, use of ambulances, installation or erection of watchtowers, so that we win the confidence of people who live around the protected areas in the fringe areas. Research on animal behavior, like in the state of Tamil Nadu, how the elephant behavior is changing over the years and what needs to be done to mitigate human-elephant conflict is very, very important. Habitat improvement, not only the forest needs to be extended, but what is important is that the quality of the habitat in the forest definitely needs to be improved for the animals to stay within the forest and have a better quality of habitat to feed upon. We also saw a beautiful example from the Gujarat Forest Department of empowerment of women through women participation, serving as the eco guides, training, sensitizing the people, and acting as the ambassadors of wildlife. And in the end, I would like to wind up by saying that it is definitely the perception that matters the most, and we all need to unitedly work hand in hand for a cohesive living and a sense of belongingness for wildlife. Thank you, one and all. Thank you all for joining us and making this webinar a big success. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.